Sorry.
All right, you're good.
Okay. Chapter 22, Persevere. You need to persevere so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what he has promised. Hebrews 10:36. The enemy always tries to kill a promise before it hits full term. He will do anything to try and make you lose heart and give up. Carrying a promise is hard. Maybe you're thinking, this is too much for me. I do not want to show what I'm carrying. I do not want to carry this. It's uncomfortable and too painful. And surely you don't expect me to carry it past a year, 2 years, 5 years? Maybe you're full of promises that never happened. Did you sense God promise that signs and wonders would break forth in your city? Or that you would start a church? Or see a healing revival? Maybe he gave you a vision 10 years ago and it started well, but has slowly fizzled out. Are you reading this thinking you've heard promises for so long that you're sick and tired of hearing them and you don't want another prophecy because your bags are already full? The temptation is to let it go. You want to have a sigh, shoulder the embarrassment, and walk away. But if we want to see supernatural fruitfulness, we have to persevere. No matter how odd we may look, we mustn't give up. We have to carry the promise to full term. We have to be prepared to be heavy with our promise, whatever people think. We have to be stretched, inconvenienced, blown out of all proportion, to waddle around and wait, because it's worth it. When God called me to care for every dying child that he put in front of me each day, he said, "Take them all, that Father's house may be full." I said, "Well, Lord, that's wonderful, and I'll do it. I'll never say no to a dying child. But, Lord, isn't that a bit too much for little old me?" He said, "It's really a lot for you, but it's not a lot for me." I said, "But I can't understand how I'll do it." He said, "You won't understand it, but I'll place a love inside you that will grow and grow and grow. And for the joy set before you, you'll endure." Now, every time I get to a new place and God challenges me to take more children, I say, but, yes. Guess what, though? Even though Father has ripped the no out of me, the enemy still tries to kill the promise. When our ministry began, people ridiculed us. Family and friends didn't understand. Newspapers called us every day Newspapers called us everything under the sun. Child traffickers, sellers of children's body parts, drug dealers, counter-revolutionaries, leaders of a drunken cult. We've been written up for everything. I've been thrown in jail twice and been held under house arrest. Even today, not much has changed. Every time we move forward, something happens that tries to make us give up. The enemy is constantly trying to cut the umbilical cord of the growing promise, but the Lord is asking us to persevere, to carry the promise to full term. In Portuguese, the words for giving birth are dar à luz, which essentially means to bring light. It's a beautiful image. Today, God says to you, don't give up before you give birth. Don't give up. Wait and bring the light of the promise I have given you to a dying world.